Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today I am here to talk to you about a brand new product from Surratt. You guys know I love my new products from Surratt. The brand was kind enough to send this to me, which was very helpful because you know I would have bought it anyway. This is the brand new Surratt Dewdrop Concealer. We're going to talk about it. We're going to try it on. We're going to do a little wear test. The reason I'm so excited about it is I know I professionally review makeup. I professionally reviewed it in print, now on a camera, but I still get excited when it's a product I love, and I don't want to ever lose that excitement. So there's a real reason I'm very excited about this particular product. And those of you who've ever asked me for a foundation recommendation, you'll know why I'm excited. I love the Surratt Dewdrop Foundation. So now that it has an accompanying concealer, I am super duper excited. So let's talk a little bit about this and then try it on. I am wearing it already, and we will have a wear test at the end. Okay, the Surratt Dewdrop Concealer this time is $48 and comes in 10 shades. The companion foundation comes in 18 shades, but the concealer for $48 comes in 10 shades. It is exclusive right now. I have it linked below on the Surratt website. You can also get it on Beautylish exclusively. It contains retinol, vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, green tea extract, and caffeine. So not only do I need to put caffeine in, my eyes need caffeine. That would be a yes, sir. They definitely need to wake up my eyes. I am always running just a little bit too tired, and I'm sure so many of you can agree with that. The cool thing about this is it reminds me very much of the Surratt. They had some liquid blushes that were beautiful a few seasons ago with a sponge top applicator. So let's talk about it. This also has a sponge top, and the reason I like this so much is that depending on how many twists that you give is how much product comes to the surface there. I'm sacrificing product to show you how much product comes to the surface there. You can apply it then to your face, under eyes, wherever, and you can use the sponge. Once you use up all the product, if you don't click again, you can just use the product to keep applying it, or the Surratt website tells me you can just go ahead and blend with your fingertips. The warmth of your hand is a wonderful thing. Or use a brush or your own sponge, whatever it is you're comfortable with. I've been using, you'll see in the demo, I actually use the attached sponge a lot. So I really like that under the eyes and under here. I just love the way it works. And then when you're finished, if you've sacrificed some product like I just did, you can just blot it off with a tissue, and it's just really a beautiful way to apply concealer. Now it doesn't get too heavy. You're going to see in the demo that we're going to go to in a moment. It applies really skin-like, and I do mean that, in much the same way that the foundation does. And it's infinitely buildable. I think on my eyes, I probably have like 4 or 5 layers, honestly. You just kind of let it sit, blend it, put some more on, blend it. I love that. I don't want anything that's going to cake right away. And I don't want to feel that I have to be very sparing with it. I know no restraint when it comes to concealer, especially around my eyes. So you're going to see that I will keep applying, and it builds and doesn't crease and doesn't cake. And we're going to do a wear test to make sure that that's true. So that is coming up. Just to let you know, this is shade 4. As I said, the brand was kind enough to send me shade 3 and shade 4. I'm so grateful. And I'm using 4 today. It's still a little bit light and bright for my face, but as you see, here's the finished product, and I'm pretty happy with it. So you're going to trust the process, I hope, and go through that with me in the demo. I really want to show you how this works. Then we're going to apply some full Surratt makeup here for a really kind of minimalist, I think, pretty polished look. And then we're going to talk about it afterwards and do a little wear test. So stay right there for the new Surratt Dewdrop Concealer. Okay, when I do a concealer video, you know it is an ego-free zone. Trust me. I have some morning skincare on and nothing else. And let me show you, like I say, what we're working with here. I tend to get red around the nosy, red on the cheeks. I don't know why. Like Mrs. Claus, I need to walk around with a plate of cookies. And the worst, you guys know it, it has its own little theme song. I like to call this darker area on the inner portion of my eye the dark pits of despair. I don't really get it as much under the eye. I mean, I think I do, but it pales, quite literally, in comparison to what is going on in the inner corners. And that really is where I need help from concealer the most. Now, generally on concealer videos, I will only wear concealer, but I just love the way this works with the Dewdrop foundation, and it gives me a chance to go ahead and brag about the Dewdrop foundation. So I am definitely going to use them together now, and I want to show this to you. Here is shade 4 in the concealer. Let me show you how it works, but I will let you know that it is very bright and very light, but trust the process. I just kind of want you to see it. So you have already seen in my intro the beautiful sponge, and I'm just going to get a teeny bit of product there. I need a lot of it in the inner corner of my eye, but we're going to go really bright under my eyes. I definitely could have gone with a darker shade, but it is absolutely going to work and brighten up my eyes. So as you see what I've done there, and I'm just kind of letting it relax a little bit, is I've put a few dots there, pretty concentrated, and a little bit working out. This is a very light, bright color. And then I'm going to do a little bit on my face too. I mean, obviously this is mostly meant, I have some hyperpigmentation there, for underneath the eye, but they do say that you can use it, and I just love the sponge. You can use it elsewhere as well, and I can blend with the sponge. I can blend with my fingers. It absolutely says on the Surratt website to blend afterwards with your fingers. What I'm trying to do now is just, I'm letting it sit for just a moment. Concealer tends to blend better if you just let it chill for a second. And most of the time, please know that I would be using a color corrector underneath, but I don't want to interfere with us looking at this particular product, okay? All right, so I did bring over a Sonia G Fusion brush, but because there's no more product on this sponge, if I were to click this up again, that I'd be adding instead of blending. But because there's no more product left, I can actually blend right here. I'm trying to just do half my face with this sponge. So stay with me. I know it's a light, bright color, but I am going to put the foundation over it. And you can see why they say also to blend. I am switching a little bit to my hands. Why is that? Well, first of all, I know you guys hate hands on the face, but please know I am not in any way, shape, or form twisting, hurting, or pulling at my skin. I don't want to do that. I won't do that. I promise you. But the warmth of your hand does wonders. And it isn't even leaving anything on my hand, but I will, of course, go afterwards and wash my hands. Don't worry. Okay, so now I'm really going to take and blend this onto the eye because I have such, as you know, trouble with that area. Okay, so this is light and bright, but you'll see, though my skin looks lighter and brighter on this side, it's really absolutely prepared to take on the foundation. Now, first of all, I want you to I just want to show you, and I'm really loading it up here because this concealer, there's a little left on the sponge here. I love the sponge to apply. I love everything about it. And the thing that it does is it's so gentle and so light and so, I mean light. I know my shade might be a little bit too light. That's not what I mean. I mean the formula is so kind of thin, but it covers well, but that means it allows itself to build. So I just want to show you the difference, okay? Let me put down that mirror and get it out of the way. Again, I'm going to put foundation over, so because I know the shade looks light, but I'm good with that because it brightens up the whole face. Just trust the process and stay with me. I can see it already just in the viewfinder. Look at this eye and the inside, my dark pits of despair, as I like to call them. Now, why don't you go ahead and take a comparison with this side of my face and the way it looks on the inner portion of the eye. And as you saw, I really built that up. How many layers did I put in there of the new Dewdrop concealer? Probably 3 or 4. And it's just like completely flat. I mean, I know it's brightened a lot, but it's not sinking in. It's like I have nothing on my skin. The only fact that we know is that I have such a bright shade on. That's my choice though. I could have gone darker. And it just looks super good. Super, super, super good. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm going to take the foundation. This is the Dewdrop foundation. I love it, and I get to talk about it when I do this. And I want to show you when I put the Dewdrop foundation over it because I think these work so well together. A little storage tip about the Dewdrop foundation. I don't use a lot of it. It's got a little push on the tush end of it, area that you press down on. And what I do, because it makes the product come out faster, because it's got a nice tight cap, I just store it in my drawer upside down. That's how I store it. Now wait till, watch what happens when I add in, because I just like to brag about this foundation, on just this side of my face when I add in the Dewdrop foundation. And again, I'm going really fast here. I just want to show you what it does and how they work together, because I think it's so beautiful. And I am just dividing half of my face, and then I'm using my hand, as I like to do, just like I did with the concealer. And I just want to show you, this is no color corrector whatsoever. I'm just doing the full base, and I barely put any of the Dewdrop foundation on. I did not go to town. Most of this, as you see, is from the concealer. And I will do the other side, but just look at the difference in the sides of my face when I use what I'll call kind of the Dewdrop system. Even with a brighter concealer, look at the difference. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go off camera, finish the other side, and then I will, so that you don't have to sit through it, I'm going to show you what that looks like before I put the rest of my makeup on. So stay right there. Okay, this is both sides of my face finished. There's the inside of the eye on both sides. This is no color corrector and no, color cosmetics on yet either. I'm going to go off camera and do that. I just wanted to show you the finished base. Even with the really light, bright concealer for my skin tone, when it's together with what I'm basically going to call the Dewdrop system, it's just so light. It feels like I have nothing on my face, but my face feels like, just like it's ready for makeup. Or, theoretically, I could just put some mascara on and a little lip gloss and maybe a teeny bit of blush and be fine. In fact, I'm not going to do too much. I'm going to go off camera now and I'm going to apply my makeup. The intro that you saw will be freshly applied, and just in a moment now, we will definitely let the concealer, especially around my nose and under my eyes, go quite a few hours, and then we will take a look at it. So I'll see you back here, well, in a few hours, but for you, a split second. Okay, I'm back, and I have been wearing this look for 3.5 hours. You saw this look when it was first applied at the beginning of the video. I have reapplied my lip gloss, not to make anyone jealous, but I have this gorgeous, this was, I think, a limited edition release, this lip gloss palette from Surratt, and I like to do like an ombre look with it. I use about 3 or 4 of the colors, and it's really fun. I use a little brush because it's really kind of sticky lip gloss, but when you get it on your lips, it's not sticky, and it's a favorite. I just want to show it to you just from my Surratt collection, because I'm a big fan. This look is really very me. Very simple, very minimalist, and I just think pretty. It really focuses on the skin, and I'm super happy with it, really, really happy with it. I feel like I don't have any, for the first time, I don't have any color corrector on, and I still think my eyes look pretty darn passable. Nothing has moved. It has been quite a few hours, as I said, and I have no lines underneath my eyes, nothing around the mouth to fix. Everything feels really kind of skin-like and natural. It feels really good. I don't feel like I need touch-ups. Doesn't feel like I need to go, powder around my nose. I have no powder over this, but I never wear powder over my Surratt Dewdrop. You certainly can. I'm not always a huge powder fan, but this is going to be a fast favorite. I love the applicator. I love how to apply it, and I love the way it feels on my skin, and most importantly, I love the final look. I just feel it's really just minimal and sweet, and that's really how I like my makeup to look, just really kind of presentable and polished. There's a good word for it, polished. So I am super, super happy with it. I hope that you try it too. And if you haven't tried the Dewdrop foundation, like I said, this became just for me personally to do a little plug for it, because it is one that I will pretty much recommend to you if you tell me that you want a light to medium foundation. This is, those of you who have recommended, who have asked me that, this is a recommendation I'm gonna give you. And I think it works really well with its new little partner, this concealer. I am super, super happy. So let me know your thoughts, please. That's what makes us a community. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. Hey, if you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. I do know that YouTube tends to recommend channels that you've watched anyway, but it really does help me if you actually hit that subscribe button. I hope that you do. Come and say a big hello over on TikTok, Instagram, and now threads. And don't forget, you can become a bigger member of this YouTube community by becoming a channel member for behind the scenes coolness and weekly gossipy lives. You can also give super thanks or just shop from those links down below. They don't cost you a penny, but they do donate a little bit to the channel that goes right back in to purchasing product. But in any way that you choose to be here, just please know I'm very, very happy to see you. And I do hope to see all of you in the next video. And thank you to Surratt for giving me a new beloved concealer. Very happy about this one. See you all soon. Bye-bye.